Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. So previously we looked at the chapter on the tahrim of riya, prohibition of showing off. And showing off is a very, very serious sin in Islam, and it's a spiritual disease. So we have to be protected from that. But then Imam Nawawi puts another chapter with just one hadith, a very important chapter. He says, Babun fima yutawahhamu annahu riya wa laysa huwa riya. He says the chapter on what may be understood or assumed to be showing off, but it's actually not showing off. He says, عن أبي ذر رضي الله عنه قال قيل لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. It was said to the Messenger of Allah, أرأيت الرجل يعمل العمل من الخير. What do you think, Messenger of Allah, about somebody who does some good deed? وَيَحْمَدُهُ النَّاسُ عَلَيْهِ. But then people praise the person because of what they've done. قال, the Messenger of Allah said, تِلْكَ عَاجِلُ بُشْرَ الْمُؤْمِنِ. So that is the hastening of the good news for the believer. Rawaha Muslim. This hadith is in Muslim. So what this basically means is that the Messenger of Allah is saying that if you did something good and you had no intention of showing off whatsoever, but then somebody came and said, wow, mashallah, you're such a generous person, I saw the donation you gave, or you're such a good person, I saw you helping that old lady, that's really nice of you, may Allah bless you for it, or something like that. You did not do it for any of those reasons. You didn't even know the person was watching you. But then they come and they praise you. What happens is sometimes there's this wahm, there's this whisper, or maybe one of your friends or somebody will come to you and be like, show off, you're just doing it so that you could get people can praise you. And sometimes they'll even, either it'll come from yourself or it'll come from somebody else. And then what it does, it demotivates you from doing that good thing. The Messenger of Allah was asked about exactly this situation, and he clarified it. And he said, you shouldn't feel bad about that. You shouldn't be like, oh no, I tried to do this in secret and I didn't want to show off at all. Allah is punishing me because somebody came along and praised me. No, that's not the way that it works. This is the good news. This is a blessing from Allah that Allah has given you, that you're doing something on the right path. And I can tell you two real quick stories. One I can tell you from personal experience, that this happened to me many, many times. And sometimes it gets to you. You hear all the hadith about riya, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because you give khutbah, you speak, you help someone, and people just come and they praise you. And then sometimes you get mad. You're like, man, why don't you stop? Don't you listen to the hadith about riya? It's not wrong to do that. You're trying to motivate someone, trying to encourage someone. The problem is the intention and what's in the heart. We have to protect ourselves, but not to an extreme where there's wahm, that we're actually having this OCD type reaction. The second is we need to be cautious about judging people's intentions. There was an incident that happened in this masjid, and I'm going to mention it. There's a very amazing brother who used to come to this masjid. He still comes, but he used to come to this masjid, and he used to stay a long time in this masjid. And he used to read his books and make zikr and make azkar and make dua, and he used to stay for a long time. Somebody from this masjid used to go up to this guy, and he's saying, you know what? You're a show-off. Why are you coming to the masjid? Why do you stay here at the masjid for such a long time? You show off? Get out of here. I know what you're doing. You're just trying to show everyone else that you're such a pious person. And subhanAllah, this brother, I know this person on a personal level. I've known him for over a decade. Almost 15 years now. He is an extreme, and Allah knows what's in the heart, extremely amazing and pious person. He stopped coming to the masjid. For at least over a year, he stopped coming to the masjid. He just did his salah and left. And he went to another masjid actually. Stopped coming to Irvine Masjid. Brothers and sisters, you need to really watch your manners. Because imagine taking somebody, you being the source of someone going away from the masjid, going away from Allah, going away from that. Be very careful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our hearts and protect our minds. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.